Bernard Jennings, it's so good to see you here at the DNC.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we have to talk about Ethan's Good Dad Act, which was just recently passed, and it's amazing to run into you here because this is a major feat that was accomplished at the state level.
Yes, it's the only law in the country that provides fathers with equal rights to their children. It's called House Bill 775. The legal name is parental responsibility after the determination of paternity. And what it does, it says that when a father steps up and he's already on the birth certificate, he has the same rights and responsibilities as the mother, as if he was married, although they're not. So it provides fathers a great opportunity to be able to get involved in their children's lives because they are backed by the law now. Every state of the country says that if a mother has a child out of wedlock, the mother's a natural guardian of the child. It doesn't even mention the father in the law. That's why a lot of fathers have a hard time connecting with their children from a small age.
So for starters, tell me a little bit about what some of these other fathers that you've worked with have experienced, and then a little more about how people can kind of get to know you and your group.
Yes. Well, we formed a group called the Good Dad Act Committee. We're available on gooddadact.com, where we've asked fathers to join as a member, and we've provided an attorney to come on every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on a Google Meet. It's a free podcast that we do, and they get to ask questions of the attorneys in a more relaxed way. We had invited some judges, sitting judges, and a lot of fathers just don't understand the system, and it takes a lot of money to go to court. Upwards of $3,000-$4,000 just to walk in the door, and if you're a middle-class person, don't have the funds, don't have a savings, you know, a lot of times it takes $3,000-$4,000 just to buy a home, and you can't do that. So fathers have come to us asking for legal advice or just some educational advice. How do they handle mediation? What do they ask for? What are the requirements for you to establish paternity? And you know, it's a very important thing. And a lot of fathers walk around with PTSD. They have we don't talk as men. We don't talk about failed relationships. We don't talk about time away from our children. We're probably angry on the inside, and you see us mad about something. You're not sure what it is, but inside we're in pain because we don't have a relationship with our children. And 81% of the men that are in prison, if you ask them, they have a child outside of the prison that's growing up without a father. And that's a bad thing in society because children need leadership. Both daughters and sons need leadership from their dads. Mothers are very important. I love my mother. I have a mother. She's passed away now. But, you know, children need their fathers as well to balance.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the bottom line is, if you're having trouble with establishing paternity, if you're having trouble, you know, basically being able to see your kid for whatever reason, there is a group out there that's going to help you immediately. You can hook up.
Yes.
And tell me again the name.
It's the Good Dad Act Committee, and we're nationwide. It's actually a nationwide movement. We have team leaders in 13 other states now that I mentioned, and we have meetings online. They're free meetings. We have mothers on the meetings, some grandmothers, because you know what happens when a mother and a father don't get along and she absconds with the child? Do you know who suffers? The child suffers, but the grandmother suffers. The aunties and the uncles on the other side of the family that don't get to see the child either, they miss out on that whole legacy of the other generation of the other family, the other side of the family. There's two sides of the family. The mother didn't have that child on her own. The father was present at some point, you know, and unfortunately sometimes we don't get along and we have to split. But that doesn't mean the child should be affected by that. The child needs both parents.